Garden tour, September 1st, 2023. It's a pretty beautiful sunny day today, as opposed to what we've got a lot this summer, which is rain and overcast and cloudy. So a lot of our warm weather crops are lagging pretty far behind. Some of them are not going to make it at all. But you can see this, what was my garlic earlier this year that I've now cover cropped with rye and peas is going pretty well. So that's a successful cover crop so far. Here's the kale bed, which I'm still harvesting from, but the cabbage worms are loving this kale. I went through and picked a bunch off a little while ago. I'm going to plant some new kale in a couple days, so hopefully I'll be able to go away from this bed at some point, but I'm still harvesting a little bit from it here and there. Oh, what do we got here? We got this okra, looks pretty nice. We got some big harvestable okra on these plants that I'll be taking later today. Oh, here's some watermelon. Doesn't look like we're going to get any watermelon this summer. I mean, we've got a few tiny ones here and there, but I don't think there's enough warm weather left for them to do much of anything, unfortunately. We do have some sugar pie pumpkin, so that'll be nice. We've got a few of those coming along. I saw some other ones elsewhere. There's one to my left. That'll be nice. Wish I had a few more, but I'll take what I can get. Oh, there's a little watermelon. I might get a bite of watermelon this summer. Here is some more okra, some spaghetti squash. There's some more spaghetti squash that's creeped over here. We've got some cucumbers in the cucumber bed. We've got a few green peppers down here. Another summer squash. Got some other summer squash down the row there. Got my first harvest of jalapenos last week. You can see the jalapenos are still blossoming and producing a little bit here, so that's nice. We've got some leeks that we might start harvesting here soon. We've got, oh, that's shishito peppers. There will be shishito peppers. Hopefully if we get warm weather, we'll get a bunch. If not, that'll be a few. Oh, here's another, what is probably a sugar pie pumpkin right there. You can see I've got some butternut squash forming. Here's my little rogue volunteer cherry tomato. Not sure what kind of cherry that is yet, we'll see. Oh, what else have we got in here? There's more butternut. You can see you can tell where I planted the cover crop first. In the middle section here it's bigger, and to the left and to the right it's smaller and still just coming along. But I'm happy with the way that that's coming along so far, so we'll take it. What do we got up here? I think we've got some peppers maybe. And peppers in here. There's some tiny little chewed on peppers in there. Not doing too much right there, unfortunately. Thought I saw some other fairly mature peppers in here earlier. Oh, that's probably a Carmen pepper. Got more cucumbers. I'll be harvesting that within the next day or so. That is another spaghetti squash. There's some more summer squash. Finally, we're getting some yellow zucchini. That's nice to see. Got some more cucumbers in there. This Thai basil. Oh man, that smells good. You can see this Malabar spinach right here is really loving this trellis. I mean, it is. I think it's the heat also. It thrives with the heat. It's like vining out. It's going to be a big plant. I'm going to have to find a way to eat it. Nasturtium looks big and beautiful. Both of them. It's kind of a neat. I think this is a variety called Alaska that I bought at my local nursery. It's a pretty variegated leaf. Look at that Malabar spinach. Look at the color on those vines. It's a pretty neat plant. I'm still trying to acquire a taste for it, but I'm working on it. Here's the tomato row. A lot of blight, just too much rain. Cherries are doing okay. My Paul Robesons and my Arbisons and my beefsteaks, not so much, but you know, I've got blushing fruit. There's a couple beautiful Paul Robesons right there. Those are yummy. There's another few right there. But as you can see, the plants are just pretty much almost dead. The ginger still is doing really well, thriving. Here are these, I think these are Arbisons up here. These are doing okay. Hey, tomatoes with color on them, I'll take it. The scarlet runner beans, not putting out any more flowers, but still producing a few beans. I harvested a bunch last week. You can see the cherries are doing really well. Cherry tomatoes. Got some red sweeties there, got some sun golds. I believe these are chocolate cherries here. Oh, look at that. The first pear cherry of the year. Wonderful. I'll take it. Here is the Esterinas. You can see this flowering oregano plant here. The honeybees and the bumblebees are loving it. It's awesome how much they love this oregano. Every year. Some of this self-seeds in the garden and the pollinators just love it. Here's some more Thai basil. There's the second planting of green beans. Oh, I got probably 5 pounds out of there, maybe 4, last week. So this original planting here, I may pick through that on harvest day in a couple days and then tear it out, and that's going to be my final planting of Swiss chard and kale. They'll carry me right up to the frost. Oh, what else have we got here? We've got my bush tomatoes on the left here, which there's tomatoes, so I'm happy to see that. There's also plenty of blight. I haven't had a chance to get in there and trim. I may not. We've got second planting of peppers here. I think I saw some, oh yeah, there's some Carmen peppers right there. I don't see a ton of fruit in here yet, so I don't know. We'll take what we can get. I'd love to see more fruit, but you know, it is what it is. I also, you know, there's some cantaloupe that I had stuck in the middle here. Ooh, look at that, something has chomped on that pepper. Huh. Whatever it is, I think I have a clue down at the end of the row here. I think it is a hornworm, because I mentioned it, I don't know what it was, a month ago or something now, that I found some chewed pepper plants, and I found like waterlogged or moldy caterpillars on them, and I found it again. There's some kind of fungus or something that's killing these caterpillars on the plant. You can see it there, or that's my guess at least. That is a dead hornworm. I mean, the more dead hornworms the better as far as I'm concerned, but the more dead ones, that probably also means the more live ones. So, gotta keep my eyes peeled. Haven't had a big problem with them this year, luckily. I plant a lot of marigolds. You know, I'm told that's somewhat of a deterrent So I'll take all the help I can get. Here is my second planting of carrots, second planting of beets. You can see here, the beets are sizing up pretty nicely. Getting some beautiful beets out of here each week. Carrots. I haven't got too many full-size carrots out of this bed yet, but it's coming along. It won't be long now. I'm checking more and more each week. Here's some cilantro, which has gone to flower. Some of my larger okra plants. Here is Napa cabbage. I'm harvesting some Napa cabbage out of here each week. The bugs are enjoying it too. There's the celery. I'm getting bunches of celery out of here each week. I'm also losing some. You can see it looks like something got to this one. I don't know if it's a bug or a fungus, but that's going to go bye-bye. Here's the nasty little purple cabbage bed. The cabbage worms and moths taking a toll. So we're not going to get much purple cabbage this year, but you know, each year's different. You take it as it comes. I probably could have used some organic pesticide or something, but I just never got around to it. Here's my first planting of beets. Still pulling beets out of that each week. There's the first planting of carrots. I'll probably pull the rest of what is in there in a couple days when it's time to harvest. I also planted a new round of peas under that trellis earlier today, so that'll be my fall peas. And then down here we've got some more flowering cilantro. We've got the current planting of radish, which is surrounding the zucchini and the summer squash. What is my second planting of zucchini and summer squash. And there should be some yellow zucchini in here too. I haven't seen any yet though, so I don't know if I got my seeds mixed up or what the story is, but you know, it's producing a lot of summer squash. That's what I'm getting a lot of at this point. Then we've got what will be the second planting of shishitos, or what is, and I don't see any blossoms or any fruit yet, so you know, I got these in kind of late, so I'll take what I can get. If they produce anything, I'll be happy. Oh, look at that. There's a blossom right there. Cool. Hopefully these shishitos help me out. I also stuck a cantaloupe in the middle there. I've also stuck some random, I think that's probably butter crunch lettuce in the middle here. Oh, look at this beet. It's kind of a mutant. I forgot about it, and it's pretty gigantic. It's a weird looking monster. Alright, here is the second planting of green cabbage and purple cabbage. Again, bugs got a hold of it. You know, we'll see as the weather cools down. Maybe the bugs will die off a little bit. Maybe I'll get something out of this. I'll take what I can. This, I've got some lettuce in the middle here. I believe this is, this is probably some more butter crunch, I believe. I've also got some kale that's getting chewed on. We've got some, I don't even know how to pronounce it, gazania. I think it's an African daisy. Here is a bed of flowers. Got a bunch of different things. Got a bunch of gazanias on the closest side to me. We've got, what are these? These are cosmos in the back. These frilly leafed reddish pink flowers. Those are cosmos. Got some light pink cosmos up here. This is a bed that, oh, I don't know what it was. A few weeks ago, I put a bunch of old seed that was scallions, old lettuce seed that I had. Didn't get much of anything. There might be a few scallions and I think one lettuce. So I just reseeded this today with some brand new fresh lettuce seeds. So this hopefully will produce what will be my last crop of lettuce before fall. Here are the onions. The greens are turning brown, so it's time to pull them. And after I shoot this video, I'm going to go get the last of the garlic off the drying rack, and then within the next couple days, these onions will be going on the drying rack. I've also got the cantaloupe that I like to stick in the middle of my onions. Looks like the plants are at the end of their lives, but the cantaloupes are big and curing on the vine. So those are going to be yummy. Up here at the top of the bed, look at these onions. These suckers are giant. I believe these are Ailsa Craig variety of yellow onions, and the red onions are red Ampostas. We've still got cukes going here, although the plants don't look too happy anymore, but I'm still getting a few pounds of cukes out of this bed every week. So I'll take whatever the plants are still willing to give. Oh yeah, as you can see here, I have cucumbers. We talked about this before, but there's a perfect example right there. Cucumbers growing up my sunflowers. I wasn't sure whether to call it a two-sister or a three-sister, because technically it's only two plants, but the two plants themselves are, doing the three different things, which are growing tall, covering the ground, and climbing. So, it's 2.5 sisters or something like that. And we've got some dahlias. We're finally getting some dahlia flowers. I think the dahlias are about to really explode. I can see buds all over them, so that's going to be beautiful. I mean, look at this one. That thing is ready to show out. The zinnias are still looking awesome. I mean, look at all that color. These things never disappoint. It was a slow start this year, just like everything in the garden this year. There wasn't a lot of sun, there was a lot of rain, so everything got a slow start, but they really came through. A lot of color, makes the garden enjoyable, beautiful, makes you want to visit it as much as possible. Look at that sunflower. It's a nice light colored sunflower. We've got I think this is a type of teddy bear sunflower here. You can see it's a pretty neat looking sunflower. So, that's another week in the garden in Maine. So, oh yeah, look at the cabbage moths, busy eating to their little heart's content. Anyways, that's the garden for this week. Oh, another thing, before I forget, this is a barrel of my first harvest of worm castings / the runoff from my worm bin. So I put the runoff and the first bunch of castings I got in the bottom of this barrel, and then I filled it with water. I'm going to let it sit here in the sun for a couple days, and then I'm going to fertilize possibly these tomatoes and my peppers to really try to give them a real push here, see if we can get some fruit off of them before it gets too cold. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to let that kind of steep a little bit for a couple days. But, like I said, that's about the gist of it. Happy growing.